Welcome back everyone, and it's time to go balls deep! Today we are talking about Boruto Chapter 53, and as tradition, we know what that means. But on top of that, I got a message from Kishimoto himself.
皆さんこんにちは。ナルトの作者の石本正史です。皆さんいつも応援ありがとうございます。この度ボルトとの漫画とアニメがアメリカでも始まることになりました。よろしくお願いします。
Yeah, that was totally not edited at all. He totally said you should hit the notification bell and that we are the best. Thank you, Kishimoto. We love you too, and we're glad that you're back. But anyways, before we can dive deep into Boruto Chapter 53, we have to mention our sponsor. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to make these videos, but our sponsors help us a lot too. Yusuf, take it away.
Hold up guys, before we get into this review, I need to tell you guys a secret where you can fight as badass champions against tough bosses, where millions of players play alongside you every day, with regular updates to years of content. Yes guys, you probably guessed it, I'm talking about Raid Shadow Legends. And no, this isn't a meme. Raid has 16 factions such as orcs, dwarves, undead hordes and many more. My favorite factions are the High Elves, as they are sort of like the good guys of the game. My favorite champion in this faction is Elhain, who is an attack type archer with nearly a 5-point review by other players. But Raid is not only engaging through the champions, but also various game modes like the compelling campaign, or you can go test yourself in arenas and rank up. I really enjoy the strategic aspect of the arena or a dungeon where you have to build your best team and fight against tough opponents. Not only will you get all that, but this month's Raid has got the biggest update ever. The main event is already here, and it's called the Doom Tower. It's basically a giant tower with 120 floors, a bunch of secret challenge rooms, and 12 badass bosses to take on. So to help everyone get started in the tower, the Raid team are giving away a super special champion, Bulwark. He's a beast of a champion clan boss, and he's gonna be a huge help for you in the tower. And finally, if you guys want to get a huge head start in Raid, all you guys have to do is hit that link in the description or comment section below and download Raid for yourself on your phones or PCs. And the ABD community will get a free Void champion, an XP booster, 50 gems, some energy refills, and even an ancient shard as soon as you get in the game. So hurry up and click the link and join myself and the rest of the community in playing this awesome game.
Boruto Chapter 53 starts with Kawaki showing up in the battlefield and Ishiki sharing his greeting. You know, just a hello, what's up, nice to meet you, before someone decides to take over your goddamn body. Just another Monday for Isshiki Otsutsuki.
Of course!
We see the gang in the bunker where Kawaki was located. They are all in shock as Kawaki just vanished out of nowhere. Kutasuke guesses if it was Ishiki's doing, however also questions how he could have tracked him without the karma mark. Amada with his big brain doesn't even know what happened, but he does tell us one thing, informing us that if Kawaki is taken to Ishiki, then they are completely, utterly fucked.
Well, we're fucked.
Coming back to the battlefield, Kawaki is looking like he's about to slap Ishiki's wine out of his hand and call him his bitch. And he thinks to himself, so this is Isshiki Otsutsuki? Remember guys, Kawaki only knows Jigen, and he never actually seen or known Ishiki.
Who?
Oh wait, I just said Jigen, didn't I? Why must we do this? One last time for your boy. Guys, I will do it for the community. Say it with me now. We will never forget Jigen!
Jigen. Said his name once and I'ma say it again. Jigen.
We also get a shot of Naruto worried for his second son as he's going to be bestowed a second karma once again, which will be the end of the world. Kawaki starts thinking about this, but he's a badass and he's ready for shit to go down.
Ready to die.
I was born ready, motherfucker.
Ishiki then comments on how it was a close call as he only had 5 minutes left of life. He calls Naruto and Sasuke failures as he tunnel visions on his ideology of other races being below him, which ends up being his downfall. Kawaki thinks back to Amada's comments on how there is only one win condition, which is for Ishiki to run out of time before implanting him with another karma mark. He then starts to act all tough, saying how he is happy he gets to witness Ishiki's worthless life end for good. Ishiki then replies back telling Kawaki how death is nothing more than than a small nap, as he will just resurrect in Kawaki's body after he regains the karma mark. Naruto screams at Kawaki to run and stall Ishiki, but he stomps on Naruto, telling him to stop yapping around, which causes Naruto to lose his Baryon Mode and go unconscious. Funnily enough, this may have actually stopped the Baryon Mode reaction that was taking place, as Naruto Kurama may not die due to the form deactivating. However, there still must be some repercussions, as he will be a lot weaker than usual due to consuming the raw chakra life force, as we explained in our other video, how strong is the Baryon Mode. If you want to understand the power scaling, check it out if you want to understand it. Anyways, Kawaki starts running away, but it's a piece of cake for Isshiki Otsutsuki to catch up to him, and he tells him that he can't escape like any villain would in this situation. Ishiki then grabs Kawaki by the neck, tightening his grip as Kawaki struggles to speak. Ishiki calms Kawaki, telling him not to struggle as it will be all over very soon. But then, in a blink of an eye, we see Sasuke in Ishiki's grasp instead, who uses his Rinnegan to switch places with Kawaki, causing Ishiki to get really frustrated. Sasuke tells Kawaki to pick up the smoke capsule next to him and throw it at his feet and run as fast as he can.
Run, bitch! Run!
Kawaki chucks it to the ground, creating a massive smoke cloud, obstructing him from Ishiki's view, who then swings a hook to Sasuke's face, beating him to the ground. As Sasuke winces in pain, he eggs Kawaki on to keep maintaining his distance from Ishiki, even if it's just for a few minutes, as long as it's enough to run Ishiki's life out. That's their primary goal. Ishiki scoffs at the smoke screen, stating that you guys are fools and that trick won't work against his dojutsu, as he activates his Byakugan, but he sees nothing. This only makes him use up more of his life force, because Sasuke, Batman sensei that he is, the GOAT, his plan works, explaining that the smoke screen uses mineral dust that can block clairvoyant powers, which, to dumb it down, stops any eye-seeing powers from seeing through it, which only again highlights how scientific weaponry has advanced to the point where the concept of the age of Shinobi may indeed be over, as many ordinary people will be able to use such utilities to counter ninjutsu with absolutely no experience, just like Kawaki right now. This is why Kawaki and Boruto butt heads on this very philosophical debate in the future, where Kawaki says the age of Shinobi is over, but Boruto holds on to these ideals. Ishiki is baffled that he just got played like a bitch, leaping into the air to get a bird's eye view. He then starts emitting chakra around him and shouts out Kawaki's name in the typical Dragon Ball Z style that we see Ikemoto copying from. Oh wait, I should say copying, I should say inspiration. Kawaki rushes through the dust bomb Sasuke gave him, but Ishiki is like, ain't nobody got time for that, and declares that two can play this game, as we see him rush towards Naruto, who's still on the floor. Ishiki lands on him, causing the earth around him to crack and explode. Naruto coughs up some blood, and the hand that he was lending Kawaki, feeding chakra to, this deactivates and drops to the ground, which informs Kawaki yet again, just like last time in chapter 39, that Naruto may be dead. Ishiki yells out that if Kawaki doesn't show himself in 20 seconds, he's going to rip Naruto's chest open and kill him. Sasuke calls him a bastard for being so sinister, before we see Kawaki sitting on the ground holding the hand that was given to him, having a flashback to when he was younger and was still training with Jigen to use the karma. We hear Ishiki say, again? How many times must I tell you that it's useless to hide, Kawaki? As we see him hiding in a corner until Jigen comes around, telling Kawaki that he should be prepared to be punished for hiding again. Now this mirrors what currently is happening in the present, as we jump back to Kawaki sitting in the dust, shaking while he's holding the Hokage's arm. The difference now is that Kawaki knows what true love is from his foster father Naruto. He finally has someone that can take him out of his cornerstone of his character. He has developed as a person and cares for someone selflessly in return. Although Kawaki is cold-blooded, introverted, and moody due to having such a dark past, he sees Naruto as a light that can take him out of the shadows. This is why he thinks back to what Naruto said to him about he reminds him of himself as a kid and that he wants to take care of him. Naruto was willing to train him to use ninjutsu and take him on as a student. In fact, remember in chapter 29 when Kawaki said he wants to learn the Shadow Clone Jutsu so that he can beat himself up to death? Naruto said that he already tried that himself as a kid and it's not the path to take since he's experienced it himself. However, he did tell Kawaki that he will teach him ninjutsu, and this comes into play later on in Boruto chapter 53. By the very end of Ishiki's countdown, Kawaki Kawaki arrives back at the scene, prosthetic arm in hand. Sasuke looking at him like, this is more freaking gutsy than Naruto was at his age. What the hell are you doing, man? However, we as readers, we can relate with this because this is Naruto we are talking about. If he was in danger of being killed, I'm sure we'd all do what Kawaki appeared to be doing in this freaking chapter. None of us want to witness Naruto, the GO18, die, bruh! Ishiki dashes over to Kawaki faster than we all freaking dashed over to the Jump website to read the freaking chapter when it was released. But Kawaki gets the idea to hit him with a ninjutsu. Nothing big, just a basic 5-style jutsu that he learned. However, as expected, Ishiki doesn't even flinch at this attempt to hurt him and dispels the flames before grabbing a hold of him. Kawaki is a prodigy, we have to remember that, and Ishiki's all like, what are you thinking, son? Do you think you're some kind of ninja? What the frick is this? But Kawaki claps back and tells him how Naruto took him under his wing and that even he said he's got some talent. Ishiki dismisses that notion by telling Kawaki he can't be a ninja, he can't be anything because he's going to live the rest of his days as his vessel. He then says something that really resonated with me, and it kind of reminded me of Kishimoto's writing in part 1 of Naruto. In fact, this whole scenario is very reminiscent of a scene from way back in the day. I'm talking about the scene when Naruto and Neji are fighting in the Chunin exams, and Neji is talking to Naruto about all the things he can't do, and how everything he tries is meaningless in the face of destiny. It's so similar that Neji even eventually says the exact line that Ishiki is saying. That's reality. Naruto doesn't listen though, and eventually proves him wrong, taking him down once and for all with the exact same technique used here in Boruto Chapter 53. But we'll get into all of that really soon. But I did want to tell you guys that I would like to do a full analysis of this chapter in terms of making theories of what exactly happened in the plot twist at the end of this chapter 53. I know all of you are thinking, how the hell Kawaki has the karma mark in the future? And I will definitely make a video on this topic if you are interested. Please smash the like button and join the Anime Balls Deep community by hitting the notification bell. Let's try and get 25,000 likes and I promise you it will get done. By the way, we also have merch on sale. Everything on our store has 10% off with the code XMAS. Be sure to check the store in the pinned comment too. Shout out to all of these people that have supported us that bought it previously. Anyway, Kawaki shrugs off Ishiki's words and tells him he's a stupid ass bitch, stupid ass clinging asshole that wants his body. Bruh, you're not gonna get my body. And he states that a world without Naruto is a world that has no worth to him, that he'd rather be dead. Ishiki doesn't care though, and he thinks nothing of his words as he proceeds to embed a new karma seal inside Kawaki's body. It appears as though things are finally going to his plan again. Kawaki's body is covered in markings that are signs of the karma existence. Ishiki lets out a huge laugh, kinda like this. He says that he can now go to sleep worry-free, but then realizes his body is beginning to crumble. However, Ishiki is fine with this because he believes he'll revive through Kawaki. Until he notices Kawaki's karma is fading away! Like, this is absolutely ridiculous, you freaking dumbass! Ishiki, like a typical villain, screams, "That's impossible! Why is it? How?" Kawaki seems to understand what's happening a little better, as he asks Ishiki how much longer he thinks he can hold on to his life. Ishiki grabs Kawaki and starts yelling in this man's face like, "What the hell have you done?" As Ishiki falls to the ground in despair and due to his life energy finally coming to an end, he ponders on what happened, super confused about the fact for sure that he planted the karma on Kawaki. Well, not even seconds later, Kawaki's original body appears and lets Ishiki, who underestimated him, know that in fact he planted the karma on a shadow clone. Due to this, any effects done to the shadow clone wouldn't apply, as even though the shadow clone represents the user completely, only chakra, physical pain and experience is relayed back to the original. Ishiki, in utter shock, looks at Kawaki's real body, while the Shadow Clone he was fooled by disappears. Kawaki then throws salt on Ishiki's wound, knowing he can't do shit with his obsolete life force and very last seconds of his life. Kawaki takes this moment to let Ishiki know whatever he wants to say now doesn't even matter, as he totally got outsmarted and beaten by a mere vessel per se that he was putting down, and being defeated by him is Ishiki's reality. All Ishiki can do now is grovel in defeat, exclaiming, "Bastard!" Kinda reminds me of my father when he said, "Tu doctor kyun nahi padna? Tu bastard study nahi karda?" You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Indian fans. All of this is full circle of Kawaki's life. Ishiki represents Kawaki's potential destined path of enslavement and worthlessness as an individual. When Naruto came into the picture, another path was paid for Kawaki, a path where Kawaki could be loved, respected, and valued for the person he is. Due to the massive suffering Kawaki had endured during his time in captivity, he developed signs of post-traumatic stress disorder, to the point where simply seeing dripping roots of plants brought him to a panic attack, as it reminded him of those test tube experiments done on him and the other kids. The man was freaking suicidal and literally said this to Boruto that he would rather die than live. Naruto took all this pain away, so it makes sense that he would go this far to save his life. It's evident that Naruto as his sensei allowed Kawaki to break the shackles that was put on him by his biological father and later his captor Jigen, breaking their lack of expectation of him and pushing Kawaki to also be a shinobi in his own rights, giving him a purpose in life. Now, an example of this is in chapter 39. He opened up to Sarada about why Naruto is so kind to him even though he is just a stranger that happened to become his foster son. He then remembers everything Naruto has done for him, and he seems to agree with Sarada as he states that even though she is jealous of Boruto, if she had a father as kind as Naruto, she would have had a better life. But since he sees the whole village as his family, his chakra nature and whole demeanor makes them feel safe, as he is literally the best. Kawaki wants to feel this warmth and safety from Naruto, as he never had that in his life and he experienced it for the first time from him. Naruto took the role to become Kawaki's foster father to prevent him from feeling what he once did and also prevent the path of becoming evil and seeking revenge and power. But we all know that in the inside, Kawaki borderline seems to still have this feeling inside him where he seems to think kinda differently from Boruto. But coming back to the chapter, Kawaki doing a Mario jump on his head, crushing Ishiki into dust, leaving a final remark, "Sleep all you want, you piece of crap." And with that, that's the end of Isshiki Otsutsuki. Now honestly, I didn't expect Ishiki to go down like this. It felt really fast paced and left a sense of emptiness to his character. But we do have to explain the possibilities that led to Kawaki being bestowed a karma once again in the future fight with Boruto. Now we have 4 possible options right now. We will think of more. As I said, we do have to do a balls deep analysis of this, and if this video gets 25,000 likes, I'll explain it in detail. But the 4 options so far are: number 1, Ishiki's spirit lingered on and he will still give the karma to Kawaki, because Momoshiki did that to Boruto. Why can't Isshiki Otsutsuki do that when he's higher rank and more powerful? Number 2, an outside Otsutsuki will make an appearance and give karma to Kawaki once again. Remember in chapter 35 we saw 2 more Otsutsuki we have no knowledge of. Option number 3, maybe Code has a backup with Ishiki, or he will give him the karma once again because he wants his wish to come true and he's selfish, because Ishiki said he will make a wish come true to every Kara member. Maybe Code is fucking psycho like that because he's still in that other dimension. And number 4, Momoshiki split his karma and he's going to give Kawaki part of his karma too in some sort of deal that he will make with them to not kill them all. So that will guarantee Momoshiki's resurrection. But as I said, we will go balls deep into this in a future video. So going back to Boruto chapter 53, Naruto was left speechless of his use of Shadow Clone, which Kawaki lets him know that it's still currently in the works and he can only make one of them right now. Sasuke then comes to check up on Naruto, who not long ago executed a death sentence on himself to fight Ishiki with the Baryon Mode. However, Sasuke, not being stupid, goes to question Naruto on his new mode and its risks, saying that the power and energy he expended wasn't normal at all, so there has to be some sort of catch. But before Naruto could tell Sasuke anything, out of nowhere, Momoshiki attacks! Boruto stabs a kunai right in Sasuke's Rinnegan eye, like, what the fuck, bruh? Naruto and Kawaki are left in shock, as all of us are, as this is the first time they are witnessing Boruto's possession by Momoshiki. But one thing I do want to address, what the hell was Sasuke's plan in chapter 50 anyway? Didn't he say that they will use Momoshiki's power to help defeat Ishiki in some sort of way? That plot device hasn't been used yet, and I think this is where Boruto may get his scar on his eye, just as we predicted as a community with both the prediction jutsu. Remember, Sasuke said he would stop Boruto if Momoshiki got out of control, so maybe he will use his sword and give him the scar and deactivate the form. Now, just as I said last month, I do want to reiterate it, but freaking hell, Sasuke's been nerfed and he's been commenting on this whole UFC fight, and he's pretty much not done anything. He has definitely been nerfed, and now he's Rinnegan.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
There is definitely going to be a war if Kishimoto ends up killing Sasuke. I don't freaking care. I'm gonna be mad. Bro!
You tripping, bro. You tripping!
Sasuke's left eye holding his Rinnegan gushing out in blood, leaving him in immense pain in the chapter. This direct attack was so strategic that it freaking blew my mind. Momoshiki taking away his Rinnegan literally gives them no chance of escaping using space-time ninjutsu. Naruto is burnt out, Kawaki just barely knows a couple of techniques, Sasuke is already crippled and now only has one eye. Like, how are they gonna get out of this situation? The Boruto manga has made it quite clear how important Sasuke's space-time ninjutsu is. He is the one person that has been exploring the dimensions of Kaguya and learning the secrets of the Otsutsuki with the Rinnegan in the first place that was bestowed to him for 16 years. He is a crucial hidden Kage of the leaf that has made his sole purpose in life to avoid aliens coming back to Earth once again, and even Amado used Sasuke's Rinnegan in his plans to betray Isshiki Otsutsuki because he knew his capabilities and powers to explore his dimension to see the 10 tails and Otsutsuki panels in the first place. Shikamaru even stated to us in the manga that Sasuke and the Karma users are the only ones capable of traveling dimensions, and Ishiki said he was the bigger target to kill due to his dojutsu, thus foreshadowing once again that Momoshiki will end up getting rid of it. Therefore, it all adds up that Momoshiki's goal to take out the one person that can foil his plans to resurrect in Boruto is quite obvious. Now Rinne Rebirth cannot be used at all. It was confirmed to us already that just like Kurama, Momoshiki can hear and see whatever Boruto is experiencing as well, meaning he has all the information required to create a plan whilst being dormant in him. At the end of the day, Sasuke is an integral part of the team, and without his Rinnegan, they have little chance of stopping an upcoming new invasion of Otsutsuki, and there may be 2 more Otsutsuki to come from the unforeseen panels that we saw in chapter 35, where we as a fan base, we have no knowledge of. On top of that, Kaguya cannot be unsealed anymore, as they won't be able to go to that dimension unless Boruto learns to use his pure eye or karma mark. So this is where the training arc seems to begin. They won't be able to learn new knowledge from the scrolls or counter Momoshiki's abilities, so this is why it's such an imperative that Sasuke will pass on his will to his student Boruto. Boruto will be able to take them to the dimensions and become a ninja just like him due to the pure eye and karma. Everything has been set up in a manner to explain why Boruto has Sasuke's sword, cloak and headband, as he himself said in the Mujina Bandits arc that he wants to be a ninja just like Sasuke. Now that Kishimoto is back, he even said in earlier interviews that he wants Sasuke to train Boruto and Naruto to train Sarada Uchiha so that they can spice things up in the writing and give a different dynamic and worldview. His writing in chapter 53 has made this intention from 2 years ago seem pretty blatant. As a community, we all know Boruto's pure eye essentially has similar powers to the Rinnegan, which is dimension hopping, finding someone's weak point and much more. If you want a deep analysis of what it is, why Boruto has it and what powers the pure eye has, I suggest for you to check out the video being displayed to you right now. It will be in the pinned comment. The chapter ends with Momoshiki letting everyone know how he never thought these guys would actually be able to defeat Ishiki, but now that they did, it's good for as they are the only nuisances left. This also confirms our theory that Momoshiki and Ishiki were not on the same team in the first place, as they kinda hated each other, and there is a lot of explanation needed for Otsutsuki politics, and hopefully Kishimoto will cover this soon. Like, why wasn't Ishiki mentioned at all in the scrolls or in the anime or even for Shadow? But guys, that's everything I want to say for this month's chapter. Thank you for supporting us as always. Remember to follow us on Discord, Instagram, Twitter, wherever it may be, and like the video if you want future videos. Thank ya.